Welcome back to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Stephen Johnson, and in this segment we're going to continue talking about past fights over the weekend. And Saturday we had Lomachenko fight Marriaga, and we also had on that undercard Beltran, which actually performed very good. So we're going to start talking about, let's get right to the thickness there, Steve. Lomachenko, okay, he came in, he fought, obviously, to me, subpar competition. I think he's fought nothing but subpar competition, but he's putting himself on a pedestal. And I've always felt that a fighter needs to allow the fans and the viewership to put you on a pedestal and not yourself. And I think he's falling into this believing the hype type situation. Now that's just me. People out there are going to say, you're crazy. He's pound for pound. See, but that's where the commentators and the people that right now have the influence over the fans and the public, is because they're the ones that start this baloney stuff about he's pound for pound the best out there, okay? And that's saying a lot. I mean, you're putting him ahead of people like Mayweather and all the top champions out there, Spence and
we'll talk about people right now. We don't talk about Mayweather. Forget that.
Mayweather's right now. Okay, but anyway, but you see my point. My point is, okay, in last night's fight, he actually showed a lot of that stuff, which really
irritated.
It irritated the heck out of me. Okay, when he started doing his fancy dancing and his showboat and then going in the corner and calling, obviously this is a sign where you got a boxer knowing that they handpicked an opponent for him and he doesn't have anything to worry about.
Exactly.
Okay? So, and then after the fight, he comes out and he's calling all champions and Terrence Crawford and 40 pounds and stuff like that. You need to stay in your lane, okay?
Well, you know what?
But let's talk about the fight. Let's talk a little bit about the fight, and then we'll talk about the aftermath.
Let's talk a little bit about Lomachenko, because I agree with you, man. A lot of it is the hype, but I'm like you. One thing I noticed when he was doing all that, he went to the corner, turned his back, walked over to the corner, and then signaled Marriaga, come on. It's time for you to give that rematch to Gary Russell Jr. No question, in my opinion. Since now you can showboat on people, when you're defending your WBO World Super Featherweight title. And it's time for you to rematch Gary Russell.
That's a good point. He ain't going to do that with Gary Russell.
He won't do that to Gary Russell.
He's not going to turn his back and walk to the corner and come out like this. And he's not going to do that.
No. So it's time to do that. And then the rest of it, when he said anybody 140 and under, 140 and under, you're including Terrence Crawford and Marriaga Beltran, the guys that
Danny Garcia, any of them.
Yeah, I think it's a joke. He's very talented. He was a two-time Olympic gold medalist. You can't take that from him. His pedigree is right there. But you have to remember, he's 29 years old, so he has to call people out. He knows his window is closing. Bob Arum knows his window is closing, so they're trying to talk him up as much as they can to get as much out of him as he can, as fast as he can.
Let me
so if I'm concerned, if I'm one of the guys, I make him wait. I make him wait.
You know what? You make a good point, and I'll tell you what. If they really want to test him, where he wants to think he's everything there is to boxing, and he wants to call out the 140 pounders, put him in there with Mike Alvarado.
That'll be
okay. That's a good fight, because Mike Alvarado ain't gonna take none of this mess. Okay, and Mike's been training. He's proven that he's come back strong. Okay, so let's see. Let him pass that test.
He's a guy who has top rank connections.
Let him pass that test before he starts calling out Terrence Crawfords of the world.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. I can guarantee that now. That ain't gonna happen. As long as he can make money off of I'm talking about Bob Arum now, top rank. As long as they can make money off of Lomachenko and Terrence Crawford, that fight will never happen. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about that.
Matter of fact, you're talking about 140 pounder. Well, put him with like Bob Arum says, washed up Manny Pacquiao. Want to test him? Yeah, let's test him. I mean, so I mean, but anyway,
that he can lose.
But anyway, I just I'm not a fan. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a lot to make me a fan of anybody. And right now, I'm not a fan. He hasn't proven anything to me in the real world, and really he hasn't proven a lot to a lot of folks out there. But if you listen to the commentators out there, man, he's God's gift to boxing.
Hey man, let's talk about the undercard we had. Marriaga Beltran taking on, I think, what was the kid's name? Brian Vasquez.
Oh, and before we get to that, for those of you who didn't see the fight, he stopped Marriaga in the seventh round with 1 second left. So everything went according to plan. Okay? Go ahead. Beltran. This was a good fight.
Remember, Beltran was fighting for, in his own words, in his own mind, for his right to stay in the United States as an athlete visa.
Yeah.
And so you need an impressive win, according to him. I thought he just needed a win, but he needed an impressive win. But I'm telling you, this Brian Vasquez gave him all he could handle.
I tell you what, I really like Brian Vasquez because I didn't know anything about him, to be honest with you. I didn't know, so I'm watching the fight, and naturally, I also thought Beltran won the fight, and I thought he won it easily. Okay, but when I say easily, I'm not taking from Vasquez, because Vasquez has that style, man. When he polishes it up and he starts to throw more punches than he did and stays a little more active, I like him. He's got the moves, he's got the footwork, he's got the body movement, but he's got to score more. He's got to score more and get hit less. Okay, Beltran was on a mission. Okay, Beltran was on a mission, and I'll tell you what. Had Beltran got cut early in the fight, we might have had a different outcome. But
well, I'll even go a step further than that. Yeah, I think if there was another round, it might have been it, because I'll say the last 6-7 seconds of the fight, Beltran looked like he was ready to go.
Oh, I tell you what, and Beltran, he's an aging fighter.
Yeah, he looked like he was ready to go.
I like these fighters that, they're aging, but they're tough, and you can see they still put the ring, the gym work in. You can see it in their performance, and you've got to like these kind of fighters. And Beltran, man, I tell you what, he's one of the good boxers, good for boxing.
I would think that this performance from Brian Vasquez doesn't hurt him at all in a loss. I think it makes some people have to pay attention to him. Like you said, he's not as polished as you'd like to see somebody be, but he's a little bulldog.
And he was a little upset after the fight. He didn't like the decision. He thought he won, but fighters think that one. Vasquez performed well. Mm-hmm. His ring generalship. He did everything right, except he just didn't score enough. Okay, so if he learns from that, okay, and this comes to his coaches, if they sit there and they cry with him for a week or so saying he got robbed and all this, that's not going to help him.
No.
Get in there. Find out the whys,
yeah.
The whys, and improving that, because Vasquez, he's gonna come onto that world scene. He's just one of them fighters.
I think the thing with him was that I clearly thought that in the first 8 rounds that it was all you might give Vasquez 1 or 2 rounds early, but that last 2 rounds, like I said, after it became fairly obvious that Beltran couldn't stop him, and Beltran was clearly intent on stopping him. When he saw he couldn't, I think he ran out of gas, and Vasquez saw that, and he came on. I imagine that he was upset. I'm like you. I saw where he was upset. I don't think he was close to winning the fight, but I did think that another round could have changed everything around, because he was in the driver's seat. Right at the bell, he had Beltran in the corner, and he had a couple at the end. When you saw Beltran, he actually staggered over to the corner at the end of the fight.
He grabbed everyone's attention.
He did.
Vasquez grabbed everyone's attentions, the big promoters, everyone. He's grabbed so the future is bright for Vasquez.
It is very bright for him.
And I think the fans want to see more Vasquez.
I think so. Now, real quick, I've mentioned her 3 times, but Mikaela Mayer, a United States lightweight girl, made her pro debut. Very impressive. Stopped her girl in the first round. She just blasted her out, and I'm very happy for Mikaela. I've known her, from her amateur days, and then her coach Coach Al Mitchell, one of my favorite guys of all time. I know that he's still, got a big smile on his face about his girl Mikaela, because he had predicted that she not only was going to be an Olympic champion, she was going to be a star in the pros, and all that's coming to fruition for her. But like I said, the performances this past weekend by Mikaela and Clarissa.
Well, maybe there'll be a little competition there in the women's, because women's got a lot. But didn't Mikaela beat 10 seconds? 10 seconds.
Beat who?
In the amateurs, didn't Mikaela beat The little girl signed with Golden Boy.
Oh, you're talking about.
Help me out.
No.
Help me
I
out.
know you're talking about.
The one that went to Canada and said everyone in Canada, even the people and everyone.
Hold on, no, they did not fight. Just to stop.
Okay,
you right there.
okay. You know who am I talking about? What's her name?
Texas, Houston, Texas. That's all I know.
The Mexican girl.
You should know she's a Mexican girl. Come on now. No, I know you're talking about. Anyway, but she's,
They're not the same. They didn't fight in the amateurs.
No.
Okay.
No, you're talking about. As far as who she fought another girl. Now you got me all messed up.
Okay, but anyway, you
her.
guys that follow the women's amateur boxing know who I'm talking about. I'm just lost for her name.
But why is that an issue to you? I mean,
well, I thought they fought in the amateurs. I thought for some reason in my mind I thought Michaela bumped her out of an international fight. And
no, that was another girl from Houston, Texas.
And I thought they could make the
another girl from
a pro
Texas.
fight.
Yeah.
So
no.
So that's all for naught.
No.
But anyhow, we're gonna come back with our final segment, and we're gonna just open boxing. We're gonna talk a little bit about everything. We're gonna talk about the Paulie Malignaggi fiasco with
Marlon Esparza.
Marlon.
That's who you're talking about. Okay.
Thank you. I just thought they were in the same weight class.
No.
Okay. But anyhow, we're gonna come back and talk about all that. So you want to catch this last segment because the fiasco has really become a major fiasco now with Paulie, leaving the camp, getting upset.
The camp of Conor McGregor.
So we're gonna come back and talk about all that stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. So be right back. Until then, guys.